Welcome to episode number 230. And I know some of you are expecting to hear from an author today. Turns out the Moonraker had his days all confused. I was all excited. If for some reason I think I'm a week completely out of sync with the rest of the world. Yeah, Preston Dennett is actually supposed to show up next week. Not this week, next week. Sorry about that. You know, you guys are just going to have to settle for me today. But rest assured, we will have Preston Dennett here next week. What can I say? You know, it's one of those geriatric moments, I guess. Anyway, this is episode number 230 of the UFO Buster Radio News Report. UFO stuff we're talking about. And thank you for listening. And sorry to disappoint you. We'll get back to you next week. But anyway, I am your humbled podcast host, Manny Moonraker. And I want to invite you to follow me on the social media networks, Facebook, Instagram, the Twitters. Yeah, I know. I screwed up. You don't sit there disappointed. I know you are. Sorry. That's just the way it went down for some reason. But tomorrow, you guys who love ufology, you guys who are all about UFOs, aliens, and probing, tomorrow's a special day. If you listen to this podcast any other day other than tomorrow, you missed the boat, basically. You totally missed it. So let's find out why tomorrow is so great. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is World UFO Day. That's right, it's the day. July 2nd is World UFO Day. So tomorrow it is a free-for-all of probing. That's right, you can go and get probed for free wherever you want to, and you really can't bitch about it, no matter what, because it's UFO Day, and UFOs get to do whatever the fuck they want on UFO Day. I've got an article here from The Independent, out of the UK, and it's titled World UFO Day, Best Places to Go Alien Spotting. I should have done the accent from the beginning, but I definitely fucked that up. No lie. So they have a list of places. Now, there are, of course, for us over on the other side of the pond in the U.S., the usual suspects of places you should go if you're into UFOs, kind of like Roswell, Area 51, you know, those kind of places as quote-unquote hotspots. I don't know that New Mexico has been a hotspot since the 40s. I'm just putting that out there, folks. If anybody that lives close to Roswell says that it is, then we've got a problem here. We've got a problem, Houston, because we're not really paying attention to New Mexico, especially Roswell, for current UFOs. It's more about the legacy UFO. But we're not going to talk about those because everybody pretty much knows that, right? Everybody knows these places. Area 51, you could take tours in the area and go out in a tour bus and try to get as close to Area 51 as humanly possible without getting a military probing. That's right. They do that too over in Nevada. But I digress because we're really going to talk about these two other ones. And there's quite a few. The link is in the description if you want to check out the other places because maybe you're in Chile right now. There's a few in Chile that you can go to, you know. Get out that Chilean money, get down there, get on a bus, and go to these places. Try to get probed. And if you do, let me know. Write me. Manny Moonraker at gmail.com. I don't even know if that's my fucking email. Anyway, here's the places. One is Wycliffe Well, Australia. Gotta love the people down under. Don't you? It turns out they got this place, right? The Wycliffe Well Holiday Park. And apparently people love UFOs and aliens when it comes to this. And one of the reasons is sightings are guaranteed every few days. Why the fuck are we researching here in the States at all? We should all get our happy asses down to Australia, camp out somewhere in Wycliffe Well Holiday Park, like we're on holiday, and wait for a good probing. Now, it's not, you're not just going to be out there, out in the woods somewhere, in the middle of the darkness with, nowhere to go take care of your business or get food. It's a campground. Actually, they have space for campers there. So you can go, rent yourself a camper, go out there, get a spot. As a matter of fact, they love aliens there so much. According to the article, there is a UFO landing pad, so you can land your UFO. There's a general store so that you can get alien souvenirs. And it actually has newspaper clippings of alien sightings or UFO sightings that made the news inside the souvenir shop, plastered on the walls. And there's a bunch of life-size alien models. If you look at the image for this particular episode, you will see a picture from Wycliffe Well Holiday Park. And that's kind of the stuff you're going to see. Scary as fuck, right? Like if you didn't know and somebody got you all drunk and shit and rode you out there. Not rode you. I'm having a bad day. Can you tell? Like who rides another person anywhere? Well, that was... Don't answer that. Just don't. Anyway, so if someone, got you all drunk in the middle of the night and just took you over there and laid you out in front of this particular scene that you see as an image for this podcast episode, you'd be scared shitless, right? Could you imagine if Wycliffe Well, if there's a fog rolling in and you're drunk as hell and you look up and you see that image of that stuff in front of you? I love it, man. If anybody's done a prank at this place, let me know. Send me some pictures. I want to know what the hell happened there. So that's one of the places. If you want to go tomorrow to celebrate World UFO Day, check it out. Go over to Wycliffe Well Holiday Park and get your probing on. And yes, like I said, probings are not just a thing tomorrow. It's a requirement. The next place, we're going to go back to the UK, Wiltshire, UK. That's right, Wiltshire, UK. It is another spot where people tend to go just to see UFOs. And the things that they report from there are basically pulsating lights and things that are completely unexplained. As a matter of fact, if you guys didn't know, that it's actually located in Warminster on the edge of Salisbury Plain in the English county of Wiltshire. And Warminster has its own very own designated National Reporting Center for UFOs. You know that you have UFOs when you got your own reporting center for UFOs. You know the shit's a hotspot. And you know that if you go there tomorrow, shit's going to happen. Now, here's my thing. Of all these places that are reported in this article, how many of them do you think are going to have a bunch of false sightings, false claims, and some hoaxes? I would think tomorrow it is the perfect day to have a hoax and get people scared about what goes bump in the night or flying through the skies. Because as we know, and as they say in the media and the news, there is such a big uptick, as they say, quote unquote, in UFO interest. I would say tomorrow is a perfect day for the hoaxers to come out and show their stuff. Just get out there and probe their minds with fake UFO sightings. Hell, if I was a hoaxer, that's what I would do. Tomorrow is the perfect day. So that's the article. Those are the things in the description. I would do all of them, but I gave you kind of like a little highlight of what's in the article. But, we got to give these authors their due. And the way we do that is by not covering the entire article. Just click in the description. Check out what's available at these particular sites. Even the ones I mentioned, I didn't tell you everything about them. But check it out. Go in there, look at those links, and figure out which one do you live close to? Which one do you want to go to, take pictures, maybe even sleep overnight? Maybe? Huh? Would that be pushing it? Would that be too much to ask? But if you get probed, feel free to share it with me. That's right. You can send me a testimonial. You don't have to go into specifics, but just let me know what's going down. I mean, I don't need to know everything, folks. I just need to know that that place really is a hot spot for whatever you decide makes it hot. By the way, at the end of the month, the UFO Buster Radio Android game should be coming out, and there are some, as they say in the biz, Easter eggs for you guys. There's going to be some recordings in there specifically for individuals that complete certain, should I say, bonus levels. So be prepared for that. The game is almost completion. I would say it's about 80% complete. It's not a lengthy game because it's going to be a one of 5 games that are kind of chaptered together. And the first game is just going to give you an introduction to things, and we're going to continue from there. But the bad thing is that if you own an Apple phone, I'm sorry, but that's going to have to take some time before we get to Apple. Because like I said before, when it comes to iTunes and Apple, oh my God, they really put you to the ringer. And the Moonraker right now is not up for that kind of business. So as I was saying, if you want to check out these places, let me know if you live by them. If you can actually say that these places out in the UK and Australia and anywhere else, Area 51, Roswell, or any of those hotspots, if they really are hotspots, let me know what your stories are. Let me know what you've seen. Have you gone out there to Wycliffe Holiday Park? Have you been out there and seen strange things, UFOs, aliens, things like that, besides the statues they have all over the place? Let me know. This is the short version of the podcast because I was expecting someone that's not supposed to be here till next week. But let me just say this. This is the end of the podcast, but it's not the end of the world.